Hello everybody and welcome to another Nephilim Builds. Today we're going to kick both our dads and our uncles' asses as Nero from Devil May Cry. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's start with ability scores. We'll start with the 15 in Dexterity. Nero is very agile and acrobatic. Next is the 14 in Wisdom. Most enemies fail to get the drop on him. And after that is the 13 in Charisma. He's way cooler than his weeb dad. We'll put the 12 in Constitution, we needed other things more, and we'll put the 10 to Strength since we don't really need it. We'll dump Intelligence because Nero somehow didn't realize that the other white-haired, long-coat-wearing demon people might somehow be related to him. For Ace, he'll be a tiefling like his daddy, but we're going to go for a Zariel tiefling for the spells. We'll put our increases into Dexterity and Wisdom, and we'll get Dark Vision of 60 feet, Hellish Resistance, the Thaumaturgy cantrip, and Speak Common and Infernal. For background, we're going to make a custom one, taking Perception and Religion for skills, and taking Abyssal and Celestial. Moving on to class, we're going to start off as a Monk. Hey, the DT gauge and Exceed are close enough to key for me. From Monk, we'll get Strength and Dexterity saving throws, and take Athletics and Acrobatics, as well as Tinker tools to fiddle with our weapons. We'll also be proficient with simple weapons and short swords, and at level 1, we'll get Unarmored Defense and Martial Arts. Next, we're going to multiclass to Fighter, gaining proficiency in all weapons, as well as light and medium armor, plus shields. At level 1, we'll get Second Wind and our fighting style, which will be Duelist, although Archery could also work. We'll also multiclass to Divine Soul Sorcerer now, getting Favored by the Gods and Divine Magic, picking Neutrality. We'll also get Searing Smite from Tiefling for a little Exceed. Now we're going back to Monk, and don't worry, we're staying here. At level 2, we get Key, Unarmored Movement, and Dedicated Weapon, and at level 3, we get Deflect Missiles, Key Fueled Attack, and our Monastic Tradition. We're going to take Way of the Astral Self, getting Arms of the Astral Self. We now have the Devil Bringer. We also get Branding Smite from Tiefling for a bigger Exceed. At level 4, we get Quickened Healing and an Ability Score improvement, which we'll put into Dexterity, and at level 5, we get Focused Aim, Extra Attack, and Stunning Strikes. At level 6, we get Key Empowered Strikes and Visage of the Astral Self. At level 7, we get Evasion and Stillness of the Mind, and at level 8, we get another Ability Score improvement, which we'll use to cap our Dexterity. At level 9, we get Unarmored Movement Improvement, at level 10, we get Purity of Body, and at level 11, we get Body of the Astral Self. We have achieved Devil Trigger and 3 whole levels before our deadbeat dad. We're going to stop here, which means we finally have our modifiers. Now to talk spells. As a sorcerer, our spellcasting ability is Charisma, our spell save DC is 14, our spell attack modifier is +6, and we have 4 cantrips to choose from. We'll take Mage Hand to grab things, Lightning Lure to yank people in, Sword Burst to swipe out with Ghost Claws, and Green Flame Blade. Does this build exceed expectations yet? As a measly level 1 sorcerer, we have 2 first level slots and 2 spells to choose from. We'll take Jump to get our hops on, and Featherfall to avoid fall damage from said hops. Back to the main sheet, we'll take a Revolver to serve as Blue Rose, and a Longsword to serve as Red Queen, which we can use with our Dexterity thanks to Dedicated Weapon. With Unarmored Defense, our AC is 18, our movement speed is 50, and our average HP is 81 with 11d8, 1d10, and 1d6 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Now you might be wondering, why didn't you include Devil Breakers? The answer is simple. I don't like them. I think they're stupid. They were cool in concept, but poorly executed, just in my opinion. The fact that they can break means it's impossible to rely on them consistently, and if you run out, then you're out of a major combat option until you either find Nico, which is usually at the end of a level, or find them during the level. They also cost orbs to restock, which means less for upgrades, and you can't swap between them without breaking the one you currently have equipped. They also become completely redundant, both mechanically and story-wise, once you get the Devil Bringer back. In fact, I literally never used them again after that. I also don't even know how I could include them all. I'm sure Tulok has done a great job of that, he never fails to amaze me, but for my video, I've chosen to focus my efforts on making Nero as he, in my opinion, is meant to be. With that in mind, you have 2 options moving forward. The first is to take 1 more level in Fighter for Action Surge, and the rest of the way in Monk for 2 more ability score improvements and Awakened Astral Self. Take the Tough Feat, bump up Wisdom, and really make your Devil Trigger feel like a Devil Trigger. The other option is to go completely in Fighter, taking either Champion or Battlemaster, and getting 3 ability score improvements, taking the Tough Feat, and capping your Wisdom. Or if you're just dead set on having Devil Breakers, then go the rest of the way in Sorcerer. I know Shocking Grass can be used for Overture, and Slow or Hold Person could be Ragtime. Beyond that, I just couldn't figure anything out, so you're on your own. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I'll see you all next week when I make EO from Code Vein.